Happy day, everybody. Let's talk about Aerodrome finance, shall we? So in this video, I want to talk a little bit about the bridge from Aerodrome to Solana, which I saw as great news. I was kind of surprised that there was mixed feelings about this one, but we'll tackle that in this video. I want to talk a little bit about how Aerodrome is moving on to stock exchanges, Robinhood, big effing stuff, and then just about how there's been whale and other types of accumulations as the price is dipping, which can mean a lot or nothing depending on what you believe the future is like. But that's kind of what I want to get into throughout this video today. So if you've been here a couple of times watching Aerodrome videos with me or anything else, and you get anything from this video, please do press the like and subscribe button. As always, nothing here is financial advice, just information, education with a little bit of my opinion thrown into there to help you make a better thought and opinions for yourself. So with that all being said, let's move forward, talk a little bit about some of the big things that's been happening with Aerodrome. So very recently, a week or two ago, Base, the Ethereum layer 2 of Coinbase, essentially, right, just went live with a major cross-chain bridge between Base and Solana. And this is secured by Chainlink's cross-chain IP, which is kind of cool. So shout out to Chainlink community for that one, and Coinbase's own infrastructure. So what the hell does that mean? This means now that Base can support all Solana assets natively inside of apps, and now users can trade tokens like Solana or Render or anything on the Solana network, all their little memes everybody likes to play with, right now on Base apps without any of the awkward workarounds that we had to do in the past. So this unlocks a huge pool of tokens and, more importantly, liquidity from Solana's ecosystem onto Base. And apps integrated into the bridge, like Aerodrome, is on the forefront that is really going to benefit from this new connection. So this is far from just a technical novelty. Right, it's part of Base's bigger vision to become a hub for all on-chain economy where assets move freely back and forth across the interwebs, blah, blah, blah. This bot for Aerodrome. And it's good for Base in general. Now, the big bullish thesis for Aerodrome here is Aerodrome now supports Solana tokens here on Base. This is massive to me because users can now deploy and trade any Solana token right on Aerodrome, dramatically expanding the range of assets that are available for DeFi activity. It's like this is not just a far-off integration. I mean, this is like a whale's market now. This expansion does a few very powerful things, right? It brings Solana liquidity onto the Base ecosystem, meaning pools based on deep Solana assets can now migrate and tap into Base to capture new users. So this is something I like, right? I've been using Aerodrome Finance for probably close to 2 years, maybe slightly over, for things like staking and liquidity pools specifically. And now I'm a big fan of liquidity pools when the liquidity is there. And now combining Solana into it increases the liquidity, which everything's still risky, right? You can lose all your money in crypto, do your own effing research. But when you have larger liquidity, even in a bear market, by slapping something like Solana as a cross-bridging partner with us, makes it a lot safer and actually gives me, and all of you guys too, if you do liquidity pools or staking, far more options right directly on Base. I like Base. I think I'm liking Linea, and they're just the main ecosystems that I like doing my staking and LPs into. And now you can bring Solana into it, which greatly opens up what I can do easily through Aerodrome and through Base. It's less wallets for me personally because I'd rather just use Base versus now have Solana connected to Base. It's just one less hassle for me, which means it's a less hassle for everybody else. It's making it more user-friendly. And let's be honest, as great as Solana really is with all the tokens and assets on their ecosystem, Coinbase is still by far the most user-friendly. If you want to throw Binance in there, I won't argue too much, but the point still being the same. It's easy to use, and this is what people are going to be using. And now this even expands what they can do and say with Aerodrome because it's not only a Base DEX, right? It was being pushed as the largest Base on DEX. Aerodrome was already doing a little over 50% of all the trading and liquidity transfers on Base. And now adding Solana into this, Yes, in theory, any of the dexes on base could start expanding from this, but I really expect Aerodrome is going to separate itself even further from the rest of the pack. That's just one hell of an upgrade in my view. So if we break down the bridge itself, this is a base Solana bridge live on mainnet, and it's already rolling out apps like Aerodrome, Zora, Virtuals, and Relay, and it's secured by Chainlink, CCIP, and Coinbase's verification network, which makes it a lot safer and stronger, which I know is a concern with the link hack that happened on Aerodrome a couple of weeks ago, where someone went in there and switched the link, where if anyone clicked that link, the information was then a little bit susceptible. But now they just added extra layers of security, which is even better because it was already relatively secure. Everything is hackable. But this just adds another layer to it, which is great. Now, this is also good on the other side for Solana because this is a two-way street where now Solana can start exporting base assets. So if you're a big Solana person, you're like, I don't give a rat's ass about base. But if you like some of Base's tokens, now it's going to be easier for you to buy, sell, trade, LP stake, and all that fun shit as well. So something else that's happened that is great for Aerodrome is Robinhood. They now list Aero for spot trading, right? So why does this matter? Because are people going to go onto Robinhood tomorrow to go buy Aerodrome? No, probably not, right? But as time goes on, people will see it. Robinhood now listing it means tens of millions of more buyers now have easy access to it. And Aerodrome, with Base specifically, has been pushing itself as a corporation leader, meaning people are going to know about Aerodrome. A lot of the banks already too, right? JP Morgan has thrown money onto Base. It looks like Aerodrome is going to be part of the new Base alpha process where companies, corporations, and banks can use Base and Aerodrome for things like invoice payments, paying employees, and investing through tokenized stocks and crypto. So these Wall Street guys that are playing on Robinhood, if they don't know Aerodrome, they're going to know soon. It just gives them another simple and easy access to it. Anytime, to me, this is like close to the equivalency of a crypto being now listed on Coinbase or Binance for the first time. It doesn't mean that it's going to get bought, but it means it's now in front of a crap ton more eyeballs so it can get bought. And it also helps validate the use case of it, because you're not going to have a company like Robinhood that just pulls crap onto it. So again, when it comes into crypto, we like seeing more validity into it because a lot of people still snub their nose towards cryptocurrency, and this just helps the process of building more trust for those who have not entered it yet, which means more liquidity coming in. So though I understand Aerodrome, the market in general, really, it has just been going a nice steady decline. When there is a poor market sentiment and a bearish market and people are afraid, we see all the time, this is when companies really start being able to ramp up what they're doing because it's cheaper for them too. Right? If a company wants to start buying, or a whale wants to start buying large amounts of crypto, they wait for times like this when retail is scared shitless and selling theirs. They smile, they buy ahead of time. And Aerodrome is seeing these events right now with the price reduction. Like there was one report that flagged almost $500 million of buy volume on one purchase or one group of purchases, making Aero one of the top DEX tokens that's attracting any type of large inflows at the moment when everyone is scared, right? This sort of accumulation ahead of ecosystem catalysts is typically what precedes volatility to the upside, especially when it's combined with real product news, which Aerodrome on Coinbase has a lot of real product news in the last 6 months, and we're expecting a lot more to come in. So just more fuel for the fire to catalyze everything that happened with it. And then on the product side, Aerodrome also just isn't like sitting still, right? We just recently saw new tools like the token sweeper simplify multi-chain swaps. Right? We're seeing staking campaigns with attractive APRs coming out. There's more and more that gets added weekly. Coinbase, probably due to the Solana bridge, has been dropping more and more crypto on their ecosystem for buying, selling, and trading. Right? There's continued upgrades through Aerodrome and protocol enhancements. Aero keeps doing a lot of this liquidity lock and buyback programs to help tighten the supply, which is awesome. Again, does it suck that prices of everything's going down? Yes. But factors like this is making it a short squeeze. So that way, when the market changes, certain crypto are going to fly up faster than others. And it's the ones that are being massively bought quietly now by all the whales. And Aerodrome's not the only one. There's several of them that are, but all the others are kind of going to be left in the dust. And I do fully believe that though we are in a bear market right now, I don't think that this is the big bear. I don't think it's the one that's going to last 6 to 18 months or whatever. And we just have doom, gloom, and plague ahead of us. I think it's going to last to maybe February at the latest. Then we're going to see everything start picking up. And this is mostly due to macro stuff that I've talked about before. And I think it's going to mostly be the top 1 to 300 crypto, which is why I'm focusing much more on those larger caps that have real utility. And Aerodrome, Quant, Hbar are the big ones for me. But there's Chainlink, there's XRP, there's XLM, there's Solana, there's Ethereum. Just start listing them. Any quality project in the top 200, I'm probably going to agree with. So at the end of the day, I'm just getting more bullish on Aerodrome. The price is getting down really close to where I'm going to buy another good bulk amount, and I want to put that again into liquidity pools. Right on Aerodrome Finance. It's done me well before. Do your own research, know what you're doing if you're doing anything like that. But it's been very profitable for me this bull run. So if any of you guys have done liquidity pools in the last year or two, let me know down below which ones you've used. Have you used Aerodrome? Have you used anything on base for it? This is one I'm curious, but I'm also always looking for other places to do it myself. And so if I'm constantly talking to you guys, I like hearing the talk back. Let's all learn and better each other at the same time. But with all the good news between the Solana token support, Robinhood retail access, the growing liquidity, the whale buys during the price decreases, the fact that they're constantly looking for more bridges onto large exchanges and ecosystems to do, Aerodrome is not just a DEX. It's going to be the liquidity hub for base. And I think it's only going to increase in size over time because it's attracting a lot of banks and corporations as well. So let me know your thoughts about Aerodrome down below. Are you into any other base tokens? Are you guys like base people, or is Aerodrome just one that you happen to like? And again, I'm curious if you guys do any liquidity pools and what you tend to pair and match with, because I'll probably do some videos like that in the near future of me putting more into liquidity pools. And I like Aerodrome, so I'll probably be using that. I've also looked a little bit into Rex on Linea for some different type of LPs, as well as if it works to farm some airdrops, then so be it. That's a nice little bonus too. I think I'm done rambling to you guys. Let's do this again soon. Peace.